welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Aisha Guide Me, and we are back with another video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's get into it. I have been gone for almost a year, and let's just dive into what I've been doing for the past 13 months. It's about to be, by the time I post this video, because it's the last day of May, it is May 31st. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month. But by the time I post this video, it's going to be sometime in June. So it'll be like 14 months since I posted a full length clip on YouTube. I have my hookah, I got my wine. Let's get into it. I did get a new camera, you guys. So if it looks different, it's because of can I talk? Jeez. It's because I got a new camera. So tell me how you guys like it. What have I been up to for the past year? So for the past year, I have been working, I have been traveling, I have been spending time with my loved ones, spending time with my community, getting promotions at work, just advancing in life outside of the internet. One thing I will say, and let's hit the hookah, you guys, because we're about to get into it. One thing I will say is that my misery does not like company. I had to take a break from social media, specifically YouTube, because I just don't like to be miserable and on the internet and just acting like as if nothing's going on with my life. No, I'm just too real and raw for that. And I'm such a mental health advocate and somebody who suffers from very severe depression. I just can't pretend that everything's okay when it's not okay. I just can't pretend. I can't. And I've been too much of an advocate for myself, and I've invested too much time and energy into myself to pretend that I'm not okay when things are going haywire. Like, I had a family member of mine had a stroke. I've had just like lost relationships with people, mending things, not mending things, coming back together, not coming back together. Just the natural circle of life, unfortunately. And those are things that I don't want to necessarily capture on camera. And then I also took 2 trips out of the country too. Since I've been away from YouTube, I went to Brazil. And if I have some of those clips, I'm going to post them here. So you're going to see a little bit of my recap from Brazil. And I went to Belize for the second time. And I tried to record some of that, but I just wasn't feeling 100% while recording that information. So that's why you guys didn't see much of that. All in all, to just chunk it all up is because it's just to say I've been living life. I can't have a camera in front of my face every living moment of my life to say like, hey, this is what's going on, the raw, the uncut, all that. Like I said, my misery does not like company. Hopefully you guys can hear me over my AC. I have central air, and I'm literally in I switched everything around, so I'm literally in what would be my dining room. And the main vent is just like going on, so hopefully you guys are able to hear me. So let's start with that. Another thing that I want to go over, because I want to keep everything on track. What have I learned during my time away? Ooh. Okay, so I graduated from therapy August of 2025. And there's just some things that have happened within my life that have made me go back to therapy. And which, it's just the circle of life. I don't think therapy is just a chapter that you go through. I think that it's a lifestyle. So I will say just staying grounded, being around people that love and support me, being my own source of validation, not really looking for others to figure out what I need to do, what I need to say, how to speak up for myself, how I dress. So it's good to have people in your corner to support you, but at the end of the day, I am my #1 fan of me and who I am. So I will never not show up for me. I know that's not grammatically correct, but I will never not show up for me. So I will continue to always show up for me because I am my #1 investment. I am just somebody that I take a lot of pride in who I am and how hard I work. So I've learned to just be very grateful for the ups and be grateful for the downs as well. Because the things that I used to complain about years ago are not the things that I used to complain about in today's time, you know? So I just feel like I'm very fortunate in a lot of ways. And just to stay grounded and remind myself that I just have to take it one day at a time is what I've really learned. Why am I returning to YouTube now? I feel like I am just getting motivated to show my audience my personality again, who I am, what I like to do, what I don't like to do. Again, if you guys see me in the periods of me not posting full-length content, that is because I am just going through the natural circles of life. And again, I just don't like to record any of those chapters that are just too private for me. So I'm returning because I just want to get myself back out there. I feel like the last season of Seasonal Depression, that was like the worst season by far. And I was like, I want to get back to me. Let me smoke some hookah. I am not like other influencers out there that don't mind just putting all of their business out there and being okay with the world just knowing every bit and very detail of their life. I'm just not that type of person. I'm like that to the people that I care about and to the people that I know will not wish me harm. But there will be people watching this video and genuinely like want me to fail in life. So I don't care to put my personal business out there for people to know what I'm going through with such a negative connotation. But I'm always an advocate for talking about my mental health and saying what I've been going through mentally, because I don't want people to look at me and think like, oh, she has it all together, in which some aspects I do have my life together, but I worked very, very, very hard to get where I'm at today. So I just don't want people to see me and think that I just don't have any type of struggle whatsoever. That's just not true. And a big part of that is because I do have certain mental illnesses. Now, I don't try to make that my identity. It's just a part of who I am. It's not my whole being of who I am. So I just like to be transparent in that sense, because that's not anything somebody can use against me or take away from me. So I'm very outspoken about that, especially just because I am a Black woman in society, very first and foremost. So I have to break barriers within my community and speak up for myself and let other people know that it is okay to say that you are not doing well mentally, and to go seek help if you can't afford to go seek help. And if you can't afford to necessarily go seek help, talk to a trusted loved one, journal, go for walks, say your affirmations in the morning. So I'm just a big advocate for that. I am not a big advocate for just keeping it all to yourself, and when you explode is when you explode. So I'm returning to YouTube just to let people know, hey, you don't have it all together. I don't live in a high-rise apartment or drive the newest car or, have the most lucrative career. I mean, I'm not saying I don't make money, but I'm not well into the six figures either. So, I'm just taking it one day at a time. I hope people can see me on their screen and think, okay, that's somebody on my screen that I can relate to. That's somebody on my screen that is just, I don't want to say average American, but in some sense of seeing the average American go to work, do their thing, and still show up in front of the camera. So that's why I'm returning to YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. I need to figure out the lighting to this camera, because my vlogging camera was just, the lighting was so much better. So let's get back to the questions. What's different about me or my content today? What's different about me? I I say that I just don't hold attachments to anything in my life right now. The only thing that I am attached to is myself. The only person that I have control over is myself. The only thing that I could quote unquote rely on 1,000% every single day is me. So being grounded in a sense of like, I am my number one fan. I am my biggest fan. I am my biggest supporter. I am the person that I seek to as far as guidance is concerned. And that's not to say anybody in my life doesn't show up in that capacity. But what I am saying that in any given moment, I give everybody the free will to ever walk away if that means that's what's serving you in that moment. So walk away. So I just don't hold any type of attachments towards people. I enjoy them while they're in my life, and if they're no longer in my life, it does suck, especially if you have a close bond with people, but I don't like harp on that. It's like, it is what it is. That is the course of life. If that's what's supposed to happen, that's what's supposed to happen. It is what it is. So I'm learning to just let go of like control and just live. And what's going to be different about my content? I don't know. I'm still figuring that out, you guys. Like, I don't know if you guys want boohoo hauls or clothing hauls, or if you want makeup tutorials, or if you want me to discuss mental health. I feel like I haven't put out enough videos yet for you guys to really gauge on what type of content you like from me. But I am just going to show up the best way that I can. And if that means that I want to start doing makeup, or I want to start doing hair, or whatever the case may be, or cooking videos, like, that's just what I'm gonna do. So that's what's gonna be different about my content today. Okay, last question. What can viewers expect moving forward? Now, I don't want to guarantee that, hey, every Sunday or Friday you guys are gonna get a video from me. Absolutely not. I am a hard working woman working in corporate America. I don't always have the bandwidth to get in front of a camera, record the content, edit the content, and then post the content. I'm a one-man show. It is me and only me. So I will say that YouTube is a lot of work. It is like a second full-time job, especially if you are posting consistently every week or every other day. Let's take a sip of wine, because I'm getting through these questions. It is a lot of work, and I want to give credit to the people who do show up every single day for their YouTube, or every single week, or however many times you post. I want to give people the credit because it does happen. It can happen. But for me, I can only speak for me and only me, because this just goes back to what I can control. I don't always have the bandwidth to get in front of a camera. I don't always feel the most confident all the time when I get in front of the camera. Sometimes I get in my head. Sometimes I overthink. Sometimes I think that people may not be interested in what I'm talking about. I have to stay true to myself and believe in myself. So what my audience can expect moving forward is just more authentic, laid back content. It may not be the long vlogs. It may not be let me go get my cavitation done, or being in the gym, or getting my lashes done, or getting my nails done. It may just be, hey, I'm just chilling in the house this weekend. Let's talk about a TV show, or hey, let's go grab a bite to eat and then come back and then just talk about what we're doing. It may just be more relaxed content. I'm in my relaxed girl era. I'm in my mascara girl era. You know how some people have switched from like false lashes to wearing mascara, and they no longer wear false lashes? I feel like I'm kind of in that era. Like, I put the lashes on for special occasions, and then I don't wear them on a day-to-day basis. This is kind of how I feel like my content is about to be. Like, I'm not going to necessarily give you guys an apartment tour, but showing more of my apartment, show you more of the movies and shows that I'm watching, show you more of the content of me just like being grounded, journaling, saying my affirmations in the morning, Or hey, like sharing like my body care routine or my skincare routine all over again, an updated version of that. Like, it's just gonna be true, authentic content. It's not gonna be any of that mumbo jumbo of like, let's hop on a plane and go out the country and this is what my life looks like. No, I only get to celebrate those moments twice a year, if I'm really lucky, once a year on a yearly schedule. So I just don't want to paint this illusion that I just have it all together, because I don't. I'm still figuring it out. And I'm okay with saying that. You know, I feel like a lot of people may pretend when it comes to the internet. And I'm learning to just be my true, authentic self and not compare myself to others, because that's why I feel like you get lost in the sauce. That's why I feel like you lose touch of like who you are. So lately, like, I don't really show this often. I think I mentioned it in one of my vlogs that I was like sewing some pants or something. I want to start making my own clothes again to tailor to my body. I want to start thrifting again and like revamping like thrifting clothes. I want to start showing more of like my creative side, my DIY side. I just want to start doing more of that type of content. Drop your comments and thoughts below if you've watched this video, if you watched the entire video. And like I stated, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's smoke a little more hookah. Let's vibe out. Anything you want to ask me, ask below. Anything you want to get off your mind. This is being recorded May 31st at 9:12 p.m. and this is the last day of May, which is mental health month. Everybody may not believe in mental health, and I'm finding that out slowly but surely. But what I can say, I don't always go in the way of what society thinks. I go in the way of what I think. And what I think is that if you struggle with mental health, there's gonna be some links that I have down below that I think will better support you in some ways. If you ever feeling like you want to harm yourself, I wanna leave a link down for you below so you can have a hotline that you can call. I want to start showing up for my community or any other community or just women in general and saying, hey, like, it's okay to not be okay, but what also is okay is talking to a doctor. What also is okay is talking to your psychiatrist. What also is okay is talking to a therapist. And I'm such a huge advocate for mental health, and I literally have been telling my best friend all day, it's like, I have to record this video on the last day of May. Even if it doesn't go out during the month of May, I still want to be able to record this and say, hey, that I was able to speak to my community, my supporters, and let them know that mental health is still a big part of who I am. Like I said, it's not my identity, but it is something that I do sit with. So I never want anybody to feel like they're alone in a sense. Girl, take those meds, talk to your therapist, twerk in your living room, play that music, cry it out, grieve that relationship, grieve you losing a loved one and you not able to really talk about it. You want to party. You want to sit at home. But what I am always going to advocate for you to do is express how you feel, and that you are never, ever, 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 ever alone. As long as you're watching my channel, you are never, ever, ever alone. So I always want you to remember that. And girl is very gender neutral. I can say girl, I mean guy. So, but anyways, I want to just thank you for watching my video, coming back to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm about to finish this wine, smoke my hookah, get in the shower, and take my ass to bed. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night.